birthday. It's still your season. Yesterday was actually my birthday, so awful gang. Let's see what is going on for you though this Aquarius season. Well, as we're transitioning pretty soon to Pisces season, right? Yeah, let's find out. We had the craziest like full moon in Leo in the beginning of February, where it was like 4 fucking days of the moon in the same zodiac, still full as fuck. I was like, what the hell? That's some crazy ass energy. So let's see how this is like affecting y'all. Okay. Andromedans, autonomy, free will, and manifestation. I love this because it's probably the most Aquarius fucking card in that whole deck. We know, like, Aquarians don't want to be told what to do. We don't like authority. Nobody's the boss of us. We want our free will, our autonomy, and we're going to do what it takes to manifest that in our lives, right? This could also indicate that you might be the kind of person that should work for yourself, right? Eventually. Like, especially, I mean, Aquarians are the most intellectual sign, you know? And so I feel like that could make it difficult having bosses sometimes, you know? And until you, like, can compartmentalize it and, like, be like, well, you know, I'm just here to do my job, do my duty, get out, you know, whatever. But it's, like, finding something that you could, like, really be passionate about, right? I feel like that's important. It's important for Aquarians. We're not the kind of people to just sit around at a dead-end job that's going nowhere, right? We like progressions. We like shifty changes. But also we're fixed signs, so we limit the shifty changes. Yeah. So let's see. My little Andromedan. I don't know why, but the word androgynous just came to mind. So, looking at Andromedan, you know, and then, I don't know. She just seems like a very, like, androgynous kind of character on this card. Which kind of means, like, being very fluid between the masculine and feminine, whether you're male or female, however you identify, it does not matter. What it actually means is, like, how creative are you? How business savvy are you? You know, like, are you a leader? Or are you know, those kinds of things. That's how I define, like, the energy of being balanced in, like, the masculine and feminine, or being androgynous even. It's like having the best of both worlds, you know? So let's see. And why anybody would not want that is beyond me. I think being very balanced in betwixt is the best way. First card I'm seeing is 3 of Cups. This is celebration, going out with your friends, partying. This is, you know, and if you're not partying, you know, it's still the energy of connecting with your friends, socializing, really putting yourself out there. That is one thing about Aquarians is y'all are people, right? Like, you're people. So, like, people love being around you when you're not out of balance. Okay, let's be very clear about that. When and Aquarius is out of balance, everybody in the city knows, and they're like, fuck. Queen of Pentacles in reverse tells me, like, right now you could be, like, you know, broke or, you know, spending too much money. But it looks like, you know, finances might be depleting a little bit. The great thing about money, though, is it does come back. That's the energy of it. And so I don't feel like you're in a lack mindset at all with the Three of Cups. I feel like you could just be like spending a little bit too much. It's your birthday season. I expect that. It's like, I don't see that as negative. And I feel that the best way to like to gain more of your resources is to use your resources. You know, like people who hoard money, they end up losing a lot versus like people who like, you know, make little investments here and there, and you know, they don't have like a lack mindset, and then they gain more. So let's see. This could also trigger you to really start thinking in terms of like a career path if you have not already. You know, like thinking of like the long term, like what would you like to do? What would you love to do that you can also make money doing? You know, I feel like that's kind of a focal point as well. Three of Wands in reverse. No longer waiting. What are you not waiting for? No longer waiting. Four of Swords in reverse. This is a time of activity, right? And what I mean by that is like, I feel like you're being active in something. With the energy of the Four of Swords in reverse, it's like not really relaxing, not taking breaks. It's kind of like investing in yourself, working harder, you know? Like the Three of Wands in reverse doesn't clarify what you're not waiting for anymore. But at the same time, work hard, play hard, and I see a good balance of that here. So Three of Wands in reverse. Tell me more. Why are you here? It's interesting because we have the Justice card and Judgment in reverse. So, like, if you're waiting like a court date or something, I feel like that's coming up rather quickly. I don't feel the energy of court though, even though there are two court cards. I know. But what I'm seeing here is like with the Justice card, it's like creating your own balance. Like if you're no longer waiting for justice in a situation, if you're no longer waiting for like shit to sort itself out and you're like, fuck it, I'm taking action now. I'm making a decision now to like to start changing shit, especially with the Judgment in reverse. There, you have a decision to make here. I just feel like right now your biggest focus though is like restoring balance and justice for yourself, and you're not waiting for some outside energy to do that for you. So why is the Judgment in reverse? What decision needs to be made? Because here's the interesting part. Because here with the Justice card, we see the scales in the upright. Here with the Judgment in reverse, it's like we see the scales in reverse, right? So, and what I notice here is Anubis is measuring like a heart to a feather, right? And so this is how Anubis decides like where you go when you die, right? And so I feel like seeing that, you have a heavy heart, right? If I'm just looking at the imagery here, it's like you have a heavy heart about something, but I want to know more. Because I feel like your biggest focus right now is like restoring balance and kind of like getting shit back on track. Spirit says you say what if too much. So, a high priestess in reverse. Pisces energy. This tells me that the reason that you haven't made a certain decision here, or the reason that you haven't solidified something, or the reason that your heart is heavy, is because there's like doubt. Like spirit tells you one thing and there's doubt about it. And you're like, no, that can't be the outcome. And definitely getting this other outcome. But like, it's almost like you can't see another outcome, or you won't. Like, you don't want to. So, tell me more about this judgment in reverse. Remember I told you earlier you were a fixed sign? Okay, so what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse is that, like, you wanted an outcome that you didn't get with the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse tells me that what you did get was drama, right? Defensiveness. You got, like, you know, and it's kind of like something couldn't work out with or for you because there was this energy around like lying, cheating, stealing, connected to whatever it is that you're struggling to let go of, right? Whatever it is that makes your heart heavy. There's a lot of lying and cheating and stealing. And so it's kind of like spirit was like, bro, you don't actually want that road. With the high priestess in reverse, it's like, but what if da-da-da and what if da-da-da? And like, you know, there's all this doubt around like your better judgment, right? Judgment in reverse, there's doubt around your better judgment. And it's kind of like saying, because you want something, right? But you are seeing the potential of an outcome, but not the reality of the outcome. Like, and with the Two of Swords in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse, this like tells me that like you're being protected. You know, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you would end up out in the cold, alone, with nobody and no resources, no, you know, and it's kind of like if you go down that path that you want, like, you know, it's like saying like, you know, it might not be the best fucking outcome for you, but there's a lot of doubt because you're like, no, it has to be this and it has to happen this certain way, and there's a lapse in your judgment, right? It's like you want something so badly that you are like literally willing to put yourself on a chopping block, essentially, on an emotional like chopping block. With the Two of Swords in reverse, I feel like this is where the lack of peace is coming in. This is where like like, you're not protecting yourself enough. You're too open to this thing that's trying to come in, or, you know, that spirit's trying to keep away from you or whatever. It's like you yourself are like putting yourself out there for it. And it's kind of like, I feel like you're being told to like protect yourself. You know, really think about your energy. Think about the things that you don't want to happen to you in life. And like, it's saying those are the things that would happen if you like, if you go down that path. I feel like there's a lot of warnings. There's a lot of synchronicities. There's a lot of signs that are being missed here or ignored. The Two of Cups in reverse with the Page of Swords in reverse. It felt romantic, I'm not gonna lie. It's like you want to be in a relationship with somebody, or you want a connection, right? If this is not your reading, feel free to check out another one, because this feels very personal and very specific. But with the Two of Cups in reverse, this is like you want something. You want somebody to show up. And I'm seeing 222. The High Priestess is number 2 of the Major Arcana. 2 of Swords in reverse with the 2 of Cups in reverse. You're learning something here. You're learning about your own dualities. And it's like with the 2 of Cups in reverse, followed up by the Page of Swords in reverse, it's like saying, this can't happen. Because if it does, there's going to be a lot of hurt. Right? Like, you're being protected from something here. Like, you don't understand that, like, the outcome that you want with the person that you want it with, it's like they would hurt you. They would destroy you. It's 7 of Swords in reverse. This is like, especially followed up by the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Not only would you lose everything, but you'd be lied to, cheated on, stolen from. You know, it's like, there's a lot of, you're being protected. This is not actually the wish fulfillment that you think it is, right? Just because it's wrapped up in a pretty package doesn't actually mean that it's good, right? Like, and so I feel like you're just kind of being protected right now from your own wish fulfillment, right? Which is kind of funny, but it is what it is. Just saying, like, you're better off. Like, I know it sucks. I know you want this certain thing. Sometimes, like, it's better to listen to your better judgment. If you want peace and balance in your life, this is not the fucking road for you. Like, that's what it's saying. This is not the fucking road. The World in reverse tells me that you consciously keep the cycle going because you're micromanaging the universe to get an outcome that the universe is warning you against, right? It's like, you don't know what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, right? That's what I'm hearing. With the Chariot card showing up, Cancer energy, it's saying you should move on, right? Like, seeing this hot air balloon up in the clouds, it's like your head's in the clouds too. Obviously, you're an air sign. But with the Chariot showing up, it's like saying it's time to move on, move forward from this. Like, this is not good for you. If, like, how has it made you feel thus far, right? Probably like shit. And it's saying that, like, it's time to focus on what doesn't feel like shit, right? Because it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter the memories you have with this person. It doesn't matter all that shit. What do you actually feel, right? When they don't show up for you, when they're not reliable, when they don't reciprocate in the right ways or whatever, like, it actually makes you feel more like garbage, right? But because you have this idea, oh, that's my wish fulfillment, da 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 da. It's like if they're already showing you that they're going to make you feel like shit, why are you, like, why keep digging in that fucking cookie jar, you know? Yeah, the star in reverse. Aquarius energy in reverse. I hate this. I think this is probably like the most not positive Aquarius reading I've done, I guess. It's not bad. It's just like stubborn, and it's like you're going back and forth with the universe, and it's literally spirit is arguing with you right now. With the star in reverse, Aquarius in reverse, you're lacking balance, and it's because of this thing, right? And also, this is the hope card. So if the hope card is in reverse, it's saying like this situation is not filled with the kind of hope or light or goodness that you think it is. It's going to be negative, right? And it's almost like you're just being protected. You're just being protected from this road, and you don't want to know how it ends, right? Because at the end of this, you don't get them because they have free will, for one. And autonomy, free will, that was the first card. Like, we got to honor that and respect that in others. Especially if we want that for ourselves, right? And so if somebody else says no, we gotta respect that shit, you know? And even if it sucks, even if it hurts, even if you're like, oh, that's the one for me, da 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 da. Even if, and I'm saying this with all the love in my heart right now, because I've been there. I've been there. This is one of the most relatable readings, which is, you know, crazy. But, it's, we have to honor other people's choices too. We can't force people to love us or to reciprocate or to want what we want or to think how we think, you know. As much as that hurts, as much as that sucks, we can't micromanage the universe to do certain things for us, right? And forcing somebody to love you is not the thing, right? And it's like they could love you. They could have a lot of love for you, but they could still not be right, right? What if this person has zero love for themselves and they don't actually have love for you? Then they're just, you know, seeking some kind of validation from you or whatever. And I think you're really being called to, like, assess your situation. Write a pros and cons, right? Like, how many happy days do you have with them versus how many negative ones? How many times do you get ghosted? How many times is it you putting forth all this energy and getting shit in return, you know? Like, is it, you know, you showing up and doing all the things, or like, are they meeting you halfway? Are they like wanting to establish something with you? Because, like, if they're not, like, what's the point in doing all that? You know, you're just going to end up feeling used, taken advantage of, and literally you weren't, because you're the one who did the things without anybody asking you to do the things. You know, nobody expected that from you. You just show up and you start doing the things, and then so you can't feel used if you're, you know, putting yourself in that position. I'm going to do a bonus reading for the Aquariuses that don't relate to this, because this feels pretty personal. But yes. Kali Kamasa Nasini. It is time to free yourself from what has been. Learn from it, but not allow it to define you or direct the course of your life. Give up your stories about the past. You've outgrown them. Kali consumes mistakes, sins, and negativities. Let her free you now so you can be open to the gift of your life unfolding. And yes, this is what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later.